Bam! What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Nick from Nothing But Niners, and I am joined here today by Anthony, Dillon, and Kevin, and we'll get to all those in a minute. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Nick from Nothing But Niners, and I am joined here today. Whoa, we got some backfeed. Backfeed. Kevin, and we'll get to all those in a minute. Where did that come from? Who's playing? Backfeed. Where did that come from?
Mike, Nick, do you have the video pulled up on your screen?
I do, but it's not playing yet. So anyway, faithful, what's going on, guys? Like I said, joined tonight by Anthony, Dillon, and Kevin. But before we get into all that, you know where to find us. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button down there. You follow us on all of our social media avenues. You can follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play for all of our podcasts. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Nothing But Niners. You can check us out on Snapchat and Twitter at Nothing But 9ERS. And as always, you can visit us and find all the great writers and content that we have over at nothingbutniners.com. And you can find all those links to our social media avenue, our telephone number, our email address, anything you need to get in contact with us. But guys, it is game week. Finally, I keep seeing everybody tweet out, "Oh, I'm so happy football back." No, football's not back until Sunday when the Niners play. Then I'll be happy. But guys, Anthony, what's going on with you, buddy? How's things going?
It's been going good, man. You know, school started. I'm working the other job, and really excited for Niners football, man. Now is the time. We've been waiting for this all summer, and now it's here. And the fact that the Niners are facing the Vikings in what is already going to be an early statement game for us is more than exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely an exciting time of the year. We're all pumped up. I know our whole crew is pumped up. I can't wait. I got 5 more days till I get my ass to the Cali bound. I can't wait. It's going to be my first home opener ever. Been there for games, but it's going to be my first home opener. And Levi, we got to bring it bad. So, Dillon, my man Dilly. I'm going to be meeting Dillon in person. Can't wait. What's going on, baby?
Yeah, I got 6 days. If you have 5, I got 6 days till I fly out to Cali. I'm super pumped for that too. Ready to get back into the football season. I've been too busy, man. Got too much going on with school, 2 jobs. I just want to calm down and just get back to football, man.
Yeah, man, it's definitely exciting. I can feel you on the 2 job things. I'm sleeping about an hour a night, so I definitely feel you on that. And I wish I could just go back to school, truthfully. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a blast out there in Cali, man. And I can't wait for that either. Man, Kev, Silverado Kev, aka 49ers on Mine, aka Silverado Kev. What's going on, baby?
What's going on, man? Hey, chilling right now, man. I'm not working. I'm on paid leave right now, enjoying life. Going through a personal storm, but I'm making it. So, and we play on Sunday. So, hey, life can't be better, man.
Man, that's the thing about football, man. You could be up, you could be down all season. And I think Anthony's down for the count right now. But anyway, football definitely brings your emotions up, man. It brings your spirits up. It brings your hopes up. Whether just like last year, we started off 0-9, but I still couldn't wait till Sunday or Thursday or Monday night to watch the Niners play because they just made my day that much better. But guys, we got a tough game week 1. Tough game. We know we're going up against a defense that has, pretty much played lights out. Last year, they were, them and Jacksonville were ranked number 1 and number 2. Jacksonville actually would have been ranked number 1 if the Niners didn't put up 40-something points on them. So, in scoring against them. So, we have a tough battle ahead of us. And now I know everybody's hyped about the Jimmy G effect, and then fans are down because of the McKinnon injury. Some fans are up because they're like, oh, I didn't believe in McKinnon anyway, but Kyle Shanahan definitely did come out and say there's going to be some drastic changes in play calling, basically of what they game planned for already. So they had to just go over their game plan, change things. I don't think it's basically play calling, but I think it's ways they utilized him.
Personnel, right.
Right. So I want to ask you guys, and we'll go in order. We'll go Anthony, Dillon, Kev. Anthony, what do you think that we have to do, obviously other than score more points, to beat Minnesota. What do you think that we have to take advantage of? Or is there something that we need to take advantage of? Or is there something that we just need to be more disciplined on? Is it what are your thoughts on beating the Minnesota Vikings?
I think this is going to sound really, really broad, but hear me out first. We just got to move the ball first. Again, this was the number one defense in the NFL. And yes, our offense proved that we can pick apart top defenses. I mean, the Bears were on the up and come. You know, Titans were middle of the pack. Jags were the number one defense at that point. You know, until we played them. But back to what I was saying, we need to simply move the ball because this is a suffocating defense. It really is. They were top 10 in yards allowed overall. They were top 10 in rushing yards allowed overall, passing yards allowed overall. They're a very suffocating defense. And I was reading an article about how Bill Belichick, talking about the Vikings defense, specifically said they will show different looks, but run a similar thing. So if they're like in a 4-3, they will show blitz but drop back in coverage, or they'll drop in coverage and then show blitz. It's stuff like that that we need to be ready for specifically. And overall, it's all about moving the ball. It's gonna be the biggest factor when it comes to this. I mean, this might be a game where we see Jimmy G throw 200 yards, or this is a game where we'll see him throw 400 yards. It really depends on how Kyle Shanahan schemes these guys open against this very, very formidable defense. So moving the ball as a whole, that's the biggest factor. I'd rather see positive yards gained, even if it's 1 or 2, than any yards lost. And I understand that happens in football, but we need to limit the yards lost. That's the big thing.
Okay. Dylan, what are your thoughts? What do we have to do? You heard Anthony say we have to move the ball, and you know the Niners are normally pretty good moving the football offensively. The problem is when we get into that crunch zone. So you know between the 20s we can go up and down the field. I mean you've seen it. But what are your thoughts on what Anthony had to say as well as what we have to do to win this game?
Yeah, I definitely think that moving the ball is important, but I think you were even hinting at it right there. My big thing is we won't be able to win this game with field goals. I think that's a way that we won too many games there at our final stretch. Was we just we relied way too much on Robbie Gould. Now I have no problem with Robbie Gould. I think he's a phenomenal kicker. I love him. I drafted him in as many fantasy leagues as I could. But you know, I'd rather us start scoring some touchdowns. And so, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say 2 things for what our team needs to do. And one is put points on the board. We haven't seen if they're capable of doing that yet in the regular season. This will be something really good to be able to start judging that. But also I would say is a lot of people are, for lack of a better way to put this, doubting the effect that Kirk Cousins is going to have on that offense. It's going to be better than Case Keenum was, and people want to act like he's not a better quarterback than Case Keenum, but he is. And I'm not saying he's this elite quarterback that's going to destroy us. I'm just saying they have 2 very good wide receivers, and Kirk Cousins has an arm. I mean, he can hit those players. And don't forget Kyle Rudolph there too. Dalvin Cook's coming back too. They have a lot of weapons on that offense for Kirk to get to. Not only do we need to put up points, but I'm also concerned about our defense being able to stop all of their weapons.
Okay, so are you more concerned about the defense, or are you more concerned about the offense in those terms? What do you think is going to matter the most? Our defense obviously stopping them from scoring points, or our offense scoring more points?
I think that I'm more concerned about our defense. I saw what Jimmy could do against a good defense in Jacksonville, and he did better than I thought he would, honestly. So I know Jimmy can do that against great defenses. And yes, there's still concern about the fact that it's still a top-tier defense, one of the best the NFL has seen in a while, actually. But that offense isn't a joke either. that defense is so good on Minnesota that they outshine what could be a pretty good offense too. And if Kirk Cousins has any sort of competency in Minnesota, the amount of weapons around him should be able to put something together.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with some points that you have, and we'll get back to some of them. Kev, what are your thoughts? I mean, we got offense, we got defense, things that scare. Offense is a little weary with Anthony. Defense is a little weary with Dillon. What are your thoughts? Are you going special teams?
Yes. I was hoping Dillon. I was scared. Dillon. I said, hold on, he's gonna take my point. Anthony, I thought you were gonna take it too, but you didn't. As a DC, I have a word I use: drive killers, penalties. Be it offense or defense, penalties, penalties, penalties. I'm gonna start on offense. I don't care what team you are, and me and Mike had this conversation the other day. I don't care what team you are, who you got, Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, whoever. When you go from first and goal from the 3 to first and goal to the 10 to the 15, everything changes. You see what I'm saying? So your play calling, your personnel, all that. So it's almost like starting over. If we can prevent from having those marching backwards and just stay where we are, we'll be fine. Because it's not about the talent, it's about execution and what's going on here. Okay. Like I said, if we could prevent the penalties, even on defense, how many times have we seen us have a team third and long, third and short to stop them, and then penalty, first down, third and short. Damn it. Now the defense is on the field for 35 hours, and everybody's tired, looking for a sub, tapping their helmet because they're tired. If we can prevent the penalties, the drive killers, the individual personal mistakes, I think actually this whole season will be a success if we can prevent from beating ourselves. So when people say our red zone production, it has nothing to do with talent. It's execution. And the damn penalties, man. You can't go from first and goal at the 3 to first and goal at the 15 to 20 and think everything will be fine. And then also Jimmy G and all his greatness, on third down, it seems like he's laser focused on Trent Taylor. But with Garcon coming back, that kind of adds some mystery now. So who's the man on third down, be it Taylor or Garcon? Because I'll be fine with either one of them. And and let's not take away from Richie James and Pettis, because you can throw them in the mix. So as long as we play solid, fundamental football and don't shoot ourselves in the foot, we will come out victorious.
Yeah. And pretty much, I mean, there's really nothing more for me to cap off on, but I got to agree with you, Kev. I got to agree with you, Anthony, and I got to agree with you, Dillon, because obviously all three of those phases are going to be big, as in to win this game. But I think the biggest thing is we're going to have to be able to put pressure on and off of Kirk Cousins the entire game. You have to get that pressure. If we don't take advantage of, a center who's pretty much never played, I think that's who's playing now, right? The guy, did they make another change to that? But I don't even think he's a guard. I don't think he's ever played center. I think this will be his first time ever playing center. If we don't exploit that and take advantage of that in the middle of the pack, their offensive line is not that good. But if we can't execute on our offensive line, Dalvin Cook will kill us. But I think it was Croc today was saying in the room today when we were talking, he also said the fact that the middle of their offensive line is not that good with run game. They pretty much try to get everything outside. I went back, I watched the little things, and he was right, 100% right. But I'm not going to touch on the offensive red zone how pissed off I've been, because I've been like this all season. You guys all know that I've said it the entire preseason. I've said it on video, I've said it in the room, but I'm not going to touch on that because Kev, you already did. If we don't stop killing ourselves in the red zone, you're not going to win games. You can't just depend on Robbie Gould to win every single game and win games by field goals, because our defense, if we're not getting a pass rush, if we're not getting sacks, if we're not stopping the run, field goals aren't going to cut it. I mean, you're going to get it. But so defense is going to be my number one thing of winning this game. And the reason I say that is we're going to need to get turnovers. We are going to need to get turnovers, whether it's fumbled, by Kirk Cousins, interceptions by our DBs. We need turnovers, and special teams has to kick ass. We need Dante Pettis or Richie James to get us good field position on every single kickoff or punt return. We need that good field position with that type of defense. Throw it down a little bit, start changing things up. I think biggest thing for me to win this game is to get good field position and pressure on Kirk Cousins. I mean, that's pretty much it with me. So, Anthony, what do you think the end of the first quarter score will be?
I'm not gonna lie. I think defense is gonna matter. Like, defense is gonna play a huge role in this. But I'm kind of expecting this, like how some high-powered defenses just end up, and it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think at the first quarter, I think we're gonna see a 7-7. I think both teams are gonna exchange touchdowns. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. So we got 7-7 for Anthony. Dilly. Give me your score at the end of the first quarter going in the second, bud.
I've got 7-6 with us getting the 2 field goals.
All right, so Minnesota leading. All right, so Anthony has it 7-7, tied up going in the second. You got it 7-6 with 2 field goals going into the second. AKA Mr. Niners on mine. What's up?
Hey, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to say 7-3 us into the first quarter. I think our first possession, we put the ball in the end zone. I'm not sure who or the how, but just to quiet that crowd, calm the nerves, we score on our first drive. Things may sputter a little bit, but I think into the first quarter, it might be 7-3. And to touch on your defensive input, if you noticed, man, in the preseason, we saw more stunts in 4 games than we saw all last season period. It's just a matter of who need to be where. If they can perfect that and make the tackle when they get there, Solomon Thomas, you can't tackle with your chest open, brother. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if they can get them gaps and everything together and that gap integrity, 7-3. And again, as long as we can pressure Kirk Cousins, because he's not the most mobile guy. Neither was Andrew Luck, but he looked like Michael Vick on a couple plays. But crowd the pocket, get him off his spot. Secondary, be opportunistic. We come out victorious.
All right. Whew, this is so hard. All right.
Go ahead, Nick. 3-3.
I'm going to stop the hell out of you. I think the Niners run this entire first half. I think it's going to come down to the second half. And I'm going to go, after the first quarter, I'm going to go 10-3. Niners up.
Okay.
All right. So, I put that down in the notes. We'll see who's closer. All right. So, guys, what does Minnesota have to do to beat us? And we'll go Dillon first this time. So, Dillon, what does Minnesota have to do for us to lose this game?
That's really simple. If they stop Jimmy, there's nothing we can do. If they can get to Jimmy and if they can stop Jimmy, I mean, there's nothing that we can do. We talked about before this started. There is the fact that Xavier Rhodes is questionable. He has a hamstring problem. Now, questionable normally always means they're going to play, especially with your superstars. Questionable, your superstar is going to play. Xavier Rhodes is one of the best corners in the league, and Xavier Rhodes, if he is dealing with that hamstring injury, if he's playing, it could be better for us just because it's hard for a fully healthy corner to guard Marquise Goodwin. Imagine one with a bad hamstring. And then another, there's either third or fourth string corner, Mackenzie Alexander, is doubtful, which sounds more like he won't play. You got to worry about their depth at corner, but then both their safeties, Sendejo and Harrison, are strong too. The fact of the matter is that secondary and the pass rush are good. That's the only thing that scares me. If they can keep that secondary on lock and get that pass rush to Jimmy, then they can beat us.
Okay. I definitely agree. All right, so we'll go Anthony this time. Anthony, what do you think?
Man, I think for them to beat us, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I believe our offense is gonna move on them. I think they're gonna have to force turnovers because we saw like I said, we saw how our offense looked against Jacksonville. Yeah, there's a couple turnovers that were pretty sloppy, but outside of that, we were constantly moving the ball and putting pressure on their defense. And even from Jimmy G in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if we expect quite a bit of no huddle, especially if we can keep their defense on their toes and just constantly put the pressure. But the reason why I say turnovers is because they were a bottom half team in turnovers last season. They hardly got any picks. They hardly recovered any fumbles. And I see this as a time that this season alone, I think Jimmy's just going to be a lot more handy with the ball. Like last season, I know we saw a lot of kind of BS turnovers, but some of them we also have to work on too. And I think this is going to be a lot more controlled. Like I said, Jimmy's going to look a lot better. The O-line is going to be more gelled. There's going to be better connections between Jimmy and the wide receivers. And we've all seen how Goodwin's route running is. We've all seen how Garcon's route running is, along with both of their hands. And at this point, they're starting to reach the upper echelon of wide receivers. I wouldn't say top 10, but definitely top 20, top 30. And it's going to be on the Minnesota corners to just keep them on lock. And if they do, and then Jimmy maybe does get pressured, especially if our O-line doesn't work, they're going to do everything they can to force turnovers. And I hope we don't see any turnovers, but if they do, I think that's going to be the big factor into them winning this game. Point blank. Like I said, if they're not forcing turnovers and they're letting Jimmy G get comfortable in the pocket, he's going to move that damn ball up the field. How we look in the red zone, that will be determined. We all know Nick's frustration with the red zone. It's not exactly the best part of our team yet. But we've seen that we can move the ball, and it's going to put pressure on that defense. And if that defense isn't going to be able to turn turnovers, it's going to be a high-scoring game on our part.
Okay. Kev.
Let's see. This time, Dylan took my answer. If they make us one-dimensional, it may be a problem. But, I will say, though, and I said this to Mike, so Mike, when you see this, you can reference this. And all due respect to Jerick McKinnon, but losing him may be a blessing in disguise. Alfred Morris is more of an overall RB1 than McKinnon is. He's caught screens. He's caught flares. He's caught arrow routes. He's ran the ball between the tackles on the edge. So my point is, just because he's out don't mean our running game's out. So if they do stack the box, now that's what I'm saying. I think they'll try to stack the box and make Jimmy beat us before taking the passing game from us and letting us win running the ball. Because Alfred Morris can still carry the load. So long as Jimmy is on point and Kyle Shanahan is the king of getting people in space. And as far as people saying we don't have a wide receiver number one, I'm glad we don't. You know why I'm glad we don't? Because now you can't focus on nobody. So now you don't know who's going to get the ball. So now he has to distribute the touches throughout 4, 5, 6 different people. So if they make us one-dimensional, whether it be passing or running, that's how they'll beat us. On defense, if they crowd Jimmy, don't give him time, and the O-line doesn't hold up, that's how they'll beat us. But so long as we make good opportunities, be it offense or defense, we'll be fine. And this not me being a Homer fan. This is me speaking from a DC perspective, like I'm coaching my own team. We get out there and do what we're supposed to do, we'll be fine. Dalvin Cook, Kyle Rudolph, Stephon Diggs, Thielen, I don't give a damn who out there. I think the secondary is going to surprise everybody. As long as that defensive line, that front four, does their job, I'm a little worried about Brock Coyle playing Will. But
stop it.
He's not.
Nobody gives Brock Coyle any credit, bro. He played.
He's not a Will. He's a Mike. He's not a Will.
So what?
Best backup in the NFL.
What do you mean? So what? That means something.
Come on.
So what? Did you say so what?
He'll be fine there.
I hope so.
I don't think he's going to be as bad as people think he's going to be there.
No. I'm not doubting him. I have not seen him in space.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, man, I hope he has he lights out.
Yeah. All right. So I agree with everything you said as well. I think the way Minnesota is going to beat us is if they take the quick passes away. Because their pressure is going to get to us. Jimmy G is going to be on fluster. He's going to be getting hit. And if he can't get rid of the ball fast enough to beat that pass rush, it's going to be a long day.
He's more mobile than people think, though.
Yeah, but dude, you're saying you get three guys in there, and you're not getting that quick dump off.
Oh, you're not.
We're going to see a lot of dinking and dunking in this game. So I think if Minnesota gets to Jimmy G, just like Dillon said, if their pass rush gets to Jimmy G and they take away those little dinks and dunks, obviously if they're taking away the dinks and dunks or taking away the run game, it's going to definitely be a long day. But I also think that's also a way that we can win the game is if we get the ball out fast.
Crowd in the box.
Right. If we can get that ball out fast to Abrita or even Morris, Juszczyk. I think Juszczyk, we might run 21 a lot. Juszczyk might be big this game. We really might run 21 personnel a lot and use Kyle Juszczyk a lot this game.
And see, but the thing about that is when you go 21 personnel, you're inclined to crowd the box. Fine with me. So that means the outside guys or the tiniest down the seam is going to have a field day.
No, yeah, definitely. I think – all right. So we moved on from there. So we know what Minnesota has to do. We know what San Francisco has to do. We're going into the half. What's the score, Anthony?
I think it's going to be 14-10 Niners, and I think obviously my first time was 7-7. Minnesota's going to kick a field goal. Jimmy G is going to go 3 and out, and I think the Niners are going to get their first pick 6 of the season this game, and it's going to be Sherman.
Sherman, turning the fans.
14-10 Niners, Sherman gets his first pick 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Dillon.
I hate that y'all are all going to make me just be the bad guy because I'm not. I'm sorry. Going into the half, I have it 13-17 with the Vikings leading. We get the touchdown. The Vikings get a touchdown and the field goal from what my last one was.
13-17? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 13-17.
So we still haven't gotten a touchdown yet?
No. I have us getting to 6 points in the first half.
Oh, yeah, and then 1 touchdown in the second.
1 touchdown in the second.
AKA Kev, what's up?
13-6 Niners.
13-6. So only 2 field goals?
We scored at 7 on the first drive. We started to sputter. 2 field goals, 13. They scored another field goal, 13-6 Niners had to have.
Oh, shit. All right. I said the Niners are going to run this first half. And I said 10-3 first, right? So this is going to shock you right here. I'm going 17. I'm going to go 17-10 Niners. Going in.
Okay.
Going into the half. So, all right. So, Anthony, you had 7-7. You had 7-7 on the first, 14-10 going in the half. Niners lead. Dillon, you had 7-6. Niners losing going into the second. Vikings up 17-13 going into half. Kevin, you had 7-3 in the first. Then in the second, you had Niners 13-6. I had 10-3 in the first. Going into the half, 17-10 Niners. Is that all right? All right. We're going to do a little bit different segment here. We're going to pick an offensive player of the game and a defensive player of the game. Anthony, go with your offensive player first.
Offensive player of the game, I'm honestly going to say Matt Breida. And the reason why I say this is because we're going to see Shanahan really spell those backs between Morris and Breida. He's really going to change the pace. And I don't know if anyone watched the first game on Thursday. We saw how terrible that was. We saw Devontae Freeman try and push an out route, and he was open, and Matt Ryan missed the ball. I think Breida can be slightly shifty enough if we get to that point in the red zone to catch those out routes and get those little dink and dunks. And aside from that, too, I understand that the big thing is if they're going to be able to shut down dink and dunks, because we know Jimmy G likes to check it down if he has to. A lot of their linebackers are more run-thumping linebackers. They're run stoppers. Kendricks and Gideon both are more stack-the-box linebackers. Their only true athletic back is Anthony Barr. And outside of that, I'm gonna say that we're gonna see a lot of Breida on third down, maybe even on second down, especially if Morris can't get it going. If Breida can find that outside zone and our O-line can find that perfect zone scheme to open up holes for Breida, I think again we're gonna see a lot of Breida this game. I think he's one of the underrated big factors, and I think, like I said, if the O-line can get it going and they can open holes, and if Breida can find those cutback lanes and just take on contact, because we're going to see a good run-stuffing defense. If he can take on contact, and aside from that, take advantage of the holes that hopefully we open up, Breida's going to have a huge game. I think we're going to see him get over 100 all-purpose yards, passing and rushing.
Okay.
And I think that he's the big factor. That's my opinion. He's our MVP.
Dylan, what do you got for offense?
Are we just doing offensive first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I actually liked Breida for this game too, and it's a very rare occasion for anyone to hear me say the words like and Breida without a don't somewhere in there. But I do think that if you look back at the Jaguars game, you saw that both Breida and Carlos Hyde had very good games in that one. And I think that's a little bit of something you can go off of. But my offensive play of the game, I think if we do start to get it going in the red zone, it will be because of George Kittle. And I think he'll be a big guy. Anthony said something about the linebackers being a lot of mostly run stopping guys. And I think that they won't really be prepared to cover Kittle the way that they need to. So I think Kittle could have a really good game.
Okay. So you're going Breida and Kittle helping out with that by –
No, I was just advancing his point on Breida. I think it's Kittle.
Okay. So Kittle. So we got Breida, we got Kittle. Kev, when you're done laughing over there, you're up. Price is right, baby.
Right on. Hey, it's on me. You know what? This may shock some of y'all. I'm going to say Kyle Shanahan. But via Dante Pettis or George Kittle. And I say that because the usual suspects are already covered. They're not looking for certain players. I think Dante Pettis comes up big. I think George Kittle comes up big down the seam against those not that will linebacker or whoever that may be. I think Kyle Shanahan exposes him. So it's going to be either Dante Pettis or George Kittle via Kyle Shanahan, the king of putting people in space.
All right. So we got Dante Pettis. We got a receiver. We got a tight end. We got a running back. I'm going to go offense, defense right here, and then we'll go right into defense. So offensively, everybody's worried about this. Oh, is their chemistry going to be good? Is this going to be good? Is that going to be good? I'm going with the man with the hands, Pierre Garcon, baby. I'm going with Garcon. He's going to have at least 2 touchdowns this game. 2. I love Kittle. I said earlier that Juszczyk's going to be a big part of this game. I love Breida. But I think this is the game where people are going to say, oh, shit, Pierre Garçon's back, and he's hooking up with Jimmy Garoppolo. Defensively, I can't even turn my back around. But I'm going to go number 2-5. I don't have it, but he's going to be the defensive player of this game. Let's go with Dillon first. Dillon, deep.
All right. I'm actually going to, I guess, kind of counter you on the defensive player. And I think it's Akello. I really do. A couple of reasons I have there. One, I still love Akello as a corner. I think if we didn't have Sherman this year, Akello could have been a good CB1. And I mean, if you ever want to get the real Akello bias, go check out Eric Crocker's Twitter feed. He loves hyping that man up, and I love it. I dig it, man. I'm an Akello supporter. But if you look at last year, where Akello is going to be playing this year is where a guy that –
don't say it, please.
A guy that wasn't good named Dante Johnson played. But if you remember what Dante Johnson had a lot of by the end of the year, it was tackles. That's because everybody was throwing it to him. If Richard Sherman does establish himself to be that guy that you're scared to throw to, they're going to throw to Akello. They have two good receivers. They're still going to be throwing to Akello, even if they are throwing it to Sherman. Akello's got to cover one of the guys. Sherman's got to cover one of the others. I just think Akello's going to get a lot of looks, a lot of the tackles that he's going to need, and I think that's what pushes him as my defensive player, is just the amount of tackles he's going to have to make, or the amount of just good coverage that he's going to have.
Yeah, he's definitely come a long way. I called that motherfucker a bust before he even stepped on the field, if you remember. And I eat those words every goddamn day. I'm so proud and so happy of it. Good Lord. God. Oh, I love you, Akello. Anyway, Anthony, we got 2 DBs on the board right now for defensive players of the game. Who you going with?
Let's look at that front four right there. This is his year. He is back. He is healthy, and he is ready. He's our big Leo Eric Armstead. He's going to be our big MVP of the defense. He's going to lead this game on Sunday. He's going to lead the team in sacks. I think he's going to get 2 sacks. That's what I believe. I think that obviously Armstead's in a contract year. That's my understanding, right? This is Armstead's contract year. He's going to earn his money this year. I think I'm not going to be over dramatic and say he's going to play 16 games, because let's face it, let's hope he can even play 1 first. But this is the Armstead game we are looking for. We've talked about how crappy the Minnesota O-line is. Their best tackle is like our backup. Let's face it, their O-line is in shambles. And like I said, Armstead is going to put a lot of pressure on those tackles, whether he's lining up on the left side, on the right side. It doesn't matter where he is. He is going to bully Mike Remmers. He's going to bully whoever the other tackle is. And I think he's going to be the big guy to put pressure on. It's going to be him, and it's going to be Defoe. Defoe is going to be there. We know how consistent he can be. But I think Armstead is going to surprise a lot of people, and he's going to show us why he deserved to be a first-round pick. He was picked first for a reason. He was teammates with Defoe. He understands what it means to be aggressive. And I think he's our defensive MVP. Look for him to put on the most pressure in this game off the end. I think it's going to happen. He's going to get 2 sacks, no doubt.
All righty. We got a D lineman now. Kev, I know you're a DC, so who you going with the big game?
You know what? Even though I discussed my concern about him in the earlier part of this, I'm gonna go with a slash. Either our Will, Brock Coyle, or Sam, Mark, how do you say his last name?
Something like that.
Right. Only because they're the guys on the edges. Now, I predict the front four is going to do their job, but it's going to be up to Brock Coyle playing Will and Mark NZE Ocha, to go ahead and set the edges. And I do believe it's going to be them 2 guys, man. In coverage, in the run game, Dalvin Cook back, right? So, I mean, dude can boogie, especially in space.
Yeah.
Anthony, I gotta say, I like that Armstead plug. I do. It's about time. We've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? So,
guys, this is going to be the first game that we've seen Solomon Thomas, Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, Mitchell, all them guys at the same game playing.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen it yet. We've
Real
seen
quick,
one game for like one play.
Do we know if Dalvin Cook got any touches in the preseason for the Vikings?
I don't think so.
Okay. There was I guess the Vikings did a news conference today with Mike Zimmer, and he said this could all be smokescreen. Let's face it, we don't know. But he said he's going to try and look to feed Dalvin Cook. And it's going to be big because just keep in mind, he's coming off of an ACL injury, a complete ACL tear. So let's see if that really zapped him of his speed or any of his quickness. A lot of these guys nowadays, they seem to come back from ACLs like it's nothing. Navarro Bowman just happened to have 2, so that's an exception, and he broke his leg, I believe. But that's just a big factor to throw in there. Dalvin Cook is coming off of an ACL. And if they can't get the run game going, especially without O-line, because our front seven could look really suffocating, especially if their O-line is terrible. Kirk Cousins doesn't have the best release in football, and he's actually one of the bottom-ranked quarterbacks when facing pressure. The past 3 seasons, he has been top 5 in turnovers, both in interceptions and fumbles. If that guy
he hasn't won an opening day game in 3 years.
No, he's 0-3. He's 0-3 in those games, and his combined QBR in those 3 games is like a 60. It's a 64. It's terrible.
It is terrible.
If they can't get that run game going and we can get pressure on Cousins, that is the main reason why I believe we can win this game. That just to keep in mind with Dalvin Cook, just to keep in mind.
Yeah, definitely.
So if he's slowing down, I definitely believe Coyle is going to maybe almost alone shut down the run game. Coyle's going to have a chance to look really good. I like it.
Or really bad.
Or really bad, yeah.
In
But
Kev's mind.
Hey, you know what? Now, if we stay cover 3, he may be okay because the corner's bailing and he's got the eyes in the backfield. So if he has a miscue without being blocked, the corner can come up and make that play. Yeah. But see, and that's my question too. As much as I love Uncle Sherm, let's keep him out of man. Let's keep him out of man, okay? Let's keep him out of man. Let him do what he do best as a cover 3 corner.
Yeah.
Not saying he can't play man. And actually, if we go cover 3, as long as we got pressure underneath, I'm good going cover 3. I can't stand going zone without no pressure underneath. That's all. As a DC, I'm not gonna go zone if I don't got no pressure from my front 4. Nah.
Yeah. Let me say what's up to some of these people in the chat because they're all asking. So Doug Pine Kicks, Niner by Nature, Sheldon, Gray Bush, Big Daddy, Luke Walsh, what's up, baby? Big Daddy Luna, Niner by Nature. Got a ton of guys in here tonight. Big Heck, Marcus Tassado. Could you say hi to Cindy so she knows it's live? Hi, Cindy. I don't know who Cindy is, but hi, Cindy. Big Daddy Luna said Fred Warner will stop Cook. Everybody's saying Fred Warner's going to have a big game. Dante Pettis is going to have a big game. Solomon Thomas is gonna surprise some people this game. Richie James is going to help us in kickoff returns, get us good. Minnesota allowed 1,000 yards on kickoffs last year. The Niners only allowed 300. So that's a big portion. I just saw that comment like way up in here. Vikings O-line has issues. Kittle Corn will be popping to Dillon. Niner Gang said I started Ertz over Kittle, shaking my head. Bad move. I think George Kittle is going to be huge this year. Somebody said Kwan Williams. Kwan Williams is really underrated in this defense. I think he definitely plays well. If our D-line can perform, their interior line is trash. It's definitely a good Jesus is my king. What's up? He said good test for our offensive line, which definitely is. Control the clock is another way we need to win. convert on third downs. Breida is better than Morris at this stage.
No.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. Let's talk about that for a second, because there's a lot of adversity, or not. I guess I should say controversy about as soon as McKinnon went down, people were worried, right? And then, guys, do you guys forget that Matt Breida took a ton of snaps away from your Carlos Hyde last year? A ton. In most crucial situations, Breida was the one on the field. I can remember Mike screaming at the TV, "Why the hell is Carlos Hyde not out there? Why is Breida out there?"
He was more dependable than Hyde was last year. He was.
This guy made Carlos Hyde, who all the Niners fans love, expendable.
Not all of us. Hold on now. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. A ton of fans like Carlos Hyde.
But no, you're right.
As that bruiser type back. Oh, he gets 6 yards after first contact. Oh, he gets this after contact. Guys, Matt Breida took a ton of snaps from him last year. Breida is not getting enough credit. Dylan, I know you don't like Breida as much, but he's not getting enough credit in this offense.
Yeah.
He was out there in most crucial situations last year over Carlos Hyde.
I want to say I've always been very vocal that I'm not a Matt Breida fan. I'm not on the Breida train. I haven't been. I saw improvement. I will say that. I saw improvement as the year went. I've seen what looks like there was improvement over the offseason as well. But I can say the very short amount of time that I saw Alfred Morris in a football game, Alfred Morris was going to be the starting running back before the end of the year, whether
yeah.
And Matt Breida would have stayed at best second.
But how do you say that? How do you say that? Because I remember talking to you guys and saying,
better than any back on this roster.
Hold on. I remember you guys saying that. So do you realize that pretty much some of you told me that Alfred Morris can't catch the football? That takes away from all of Kyle Shanahan's play calling.
Let me say, I hate when people sit here and respond to me, Alfred Morris can't catch the football. I don't care.
I said that he did it in Washington, and people in the group laughed at me. He's not a pass catching back. He's just a power back.
I just want him to run the ball. That's what we have all these receivers for.
Yeah.
I don't care if he can catch the football. Alfred,
but he has to in this offense.
Better than any.
Hey, I will say this though, knowing that, and knowing defense will know that if he's in the game like that, they're not going to expect to screen to Alfred Morris. Why? Because word is he can't catch pass out the backfield. I mean, so if KS does this right, man, we'll be fine. But hey, I'm a Breida fan too. I am, and I do think this may be the closest to, not the closest, but Breida Morris Breida may be right now our Freeman
Coleman
combination right now. You know what I'm saying? Anything extra will be cool. And and Juice can do his thing too, as long as he put his head down and get them extra yards. I'm good with it. But I'm telling you, we can do so much with the offense.
Do you remember the stat Mike sent out and asked us how many rushing yards that Kyle Juszczyk had? And he had 15. 15 yards rushing.
Right.
So what
like I said, he's not a true fullback.
Yeah, he's a blocking fullback, pass catching fullback. But if you heard, 1 second, Dylan, if you heard Alfred Morris come out today and he said to, I think it was Matt Mayoko, and Matt Mayoko was like, asked him about the offense. And Alfred Morris said, this offense is totally ran different than it was in Washington.
Oh.
Totally different than it was in Washington. And they didn't give Alfred Morris the opportunity to catch the football in Washington under Kyle Shanahan because it was a different type of offense. Now he's here. That's why there's a lot more that he has to catch on to, but he doesn't have problems catching the football. You can look at his stats catching the football with Dallas. I just want everybody to know that he's not – Alfred Morris is still the type of back that Kyle Shanahan looks for. He's just not as fast as Jerick McKinnon. He can run between the tackles better because he's more of a brute, like a beast through tackle.
He's a bruiser.
Yeah, definitely a bruiser. But having the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, has to happen in Kyle Shanahan's offense. It has to. You can't just put him out there single back and think he's not going to be able to catch the football, because Kyle Shanahan's not going to put himself in that predicament.
What I wanted to throw out there is Mike found his way back into our live chat, and he brought up something very good. He said Carlos Hyde had the most drops in the NFL from the running back position last year. So it's not like anything's changing. I mean, if Alfred Morris can't catch the ball, then, I mean, okay.
Mike, go enjoy your anniversary dinner.
Yeah, I don't know why you're not enjoying your anniversary. Go back to your anniversary, Mike.
Stop trying
do
to
your job, Mike. Do your job.
You're at your anniversary dinner. Your wife's gonna kill you.
All I'm saying,
your job, Mike,
is Alfred Morris wasn't brought in to catch the ball,
but he has to.
If he has to, then he has to. But he was brought in to establish a run game that we don't have.
But you don't really know that because you didn't see Breida play all season, all preseason.
And that's why I've said
you haven't seen Breida touch the football all preseason.
That's why I've said
he averaged 4.9 yards per carry last year. You can't tell me he can't run the football. You can't.
If we go single back with Alfred Morris, it's a little more predictable than a Breida being in the backfield.
Barely see them in single back. Barely.
If that's the case, then we might just see a lot of play action as well.
Well, you have to run the ball.
Like Nick said, 21 personnel. I'm good with that.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
I think 21 personnel is going to be a lot of the offense. But, Dylan, I hope you come around on Breida, man.
I hope he gives me a reason to come around. Because I'm easy to be changed. I changed like that for Richard Sherman. It's easy to bring me over to your side, but he hasn't done it. Until then, I'm not going to be on his side.
I'm going to tell you what I'm trying to see.
Mike said Breida played week 1 of preseason. Bro, it was like 2 snaps.
Well, he got hurt in those 2 snaps.
He looked better than McKinnon.
Well, that wasn't hard.
But I'm just saying, you want to go by stupid stuff. Like you can't judge somebody off 2 snaps, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Fan, Dylan.
What?
You were a Carlos Hyde fan.
I was, until I realized that he was never going to truly become what we needed him to be. I always wanted to make excuses for him, and then I got tired of doing it. And that might honestly be why I'm so critical on Matt Breida, because I'm tired of making excuses for somebody that's not to the level that I want them to be. I want to be that fan that's like, yes, this guy is going to be the next big thing. But until you've proven it to me, I'm not going to.
Yeah, no. I hope that he just shows you that. I'm not telling you should like him or you can hate him, because I wasn't a big fan of Carlos Hyde. I mean, I was, because he came from Ohio State, and I'm an Ohio State fan, so I did like him there. But I thought that he would be better in our system the first 3 years, and he proved me wrong, and I was just tired of him, could be ready for him to go. But anyway, guys, this has been fun. Like, I'm really looking forward to see how Kyle Shanahan uses Matt Breida and Alfred Morris this weekend.
One more thing.
What's
Can
that?
you imagine 4 wide? Goodwin, Pettis outside, Taylor, Garcon in the slot, with Matt Breida in the backfield.
I think we're going to see Richie James and Dante Pettis, and maybe Goodwin or Garcon and one of them. I think we're going to see 2 guys in the slot in 4 personnel.
They're chess pieces, bro. They're chess pieces.
Yeah.
Some play chess, other play checkers. KS plays chess.
Hey, did you forget what you were about to say? Connect 4. Oh my God.
Domino. Yeah, man.
Right. Guys, so let's go to the third quarter real quick, and then we'll do a final. Anthony, what do you got in the third quarter?
It's the third quarter, which is picking up from the second half. The Niners defended on the first quarter, or the first kickoff, so they're getting the ball back. Who else but Dante Pettis is going to take our first special teams kickoff for a touchdown in the second half? After the third, it's going to hold 21-10.
Since 2011.
The Vikings' rookie kicker is going to miss a field goal this game. Keep in mind, they're putting out a rookie kicker out there, and I'm not saying he's Roberto Aguayo, but it's going to fall on this kicker to make kicks, and I don't know if he's going to hold through. I think the Vikings hold still at 10, and it's going to be 21-10 Niners.
21-10 Niners.
By Dante Pettis.
All right, so you have us taking a pick six back in the first or second, coming out of the half with a kickoff return. Special teams, baby. Dylan, what are you going for here?
Meanwhile, in all that, I had him so far getting one touchdown, barely. I actually have us taking the lead at the end of the third quarter, which is weird. I didn't expect to say that. But I have us getting a little bit more in there. We put up 13 points in that quarter to their one touchdown, and we make it 26-24 with us in the lead.
26-24 going into the fourth. All right, Kevin.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, like I have been, I guess, so far. I had a 13-6 at the half.
13-6 Niners.
I'm going to say we go for 2. 21-13 in the third quarter.
Niners lead?
Niners lead.
All right. I said that the Niners were going to dominate the first half, and I had them up 17-10. The third quarter is going to be a different story.
Good point.
I'm going to go 24-10 Minnesota.
Okay.
All right.
So 1 quarter left. Okay, cool. Okay, I can see that.
Or I'm sorry, it'll be 24-17. I'm sorry, because I had 17-10. So it'll be 24-17.
That's worse, but okay.
We're gonna get touchdowns in the third. All right. All right. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to skip all over. No, let's do this real quick. How many sacks did the Niners get this week? I know Mike's big on it. He called something on behind the enemy lines because of their offensive line play being really, really shitty and thinking our defensive line is going to dominate it. We said that that's one of the biggest things that we need to do to win this game. So, Anthony, how many sacks did the Niners get this weekend?
5, and one of them's a strip sack.
5 with one with a strip sack. That's 3. Like, okay. 5 sacks. Dylan, what do you think?
Maybe 2.
2? All right. Silverado Kev, what is that? 4? You holding your 4? Up? We're going to the fourth quarter.
Defoe, Armstead, Sheldon Day, Cassius Marsh.
Ooh, putting Cassius in there. Okay. All right. I'm going to go 5, but 2 of them are going to be by Tart.
Safety blitz? Okay.
Yep. I'm going to go 5, and 2 of them are going to be by Tart. Doesn't matter how we get them. Mike said we were going to get 7.
Oh, from who?
7 sacks behind enemy lines. 7 sacks.
Breaking at the anniversary dinner.
Mike, just go and enjoy that dinner, buddy. Pushing with 5, and that's why I think our line will get 3, but I think we'll get the extra with the safety blitzes. So I'm going to go 2 with Tart, 3 on the defensive line. I think Buckner gets 1, Armstead gets 1. Solomon Thomas bangs off of 1, and Buckner finishes it up. So Buckner
you lucky if you get 1 safety sack, but 2 safety sacks?
Hey, it's a reach, but all of this is a reach.
Right.
All right, let's go.
So I love y'all, man.
Hey, all right, so here's our scores in the fourth or the third, ending the third. 21-10, Anthony has the Niners. Dylan has 26-24, Vikings. Kevin, 21-13.
No, the Niners have the lead at that 26-24.
Sorry, that's my bad. Kevin with 21-13 Niners, and me 24-17 Minnesota. I'm the only one that has Minnesota leading right now. All right, guys, what's the final? Let's go Dylan first.
All right, fine. Just make me go first. Spoiler alert, we lose. In a heartbreaker at 33-34.
33-34.
That's gonna sting.
Will this score make people think twice about what we really are?
I want to say that everybody that's about to flood the live chat hating me because I said we were going to lose. I don't anticipate being this negative throughout the season. I just anticipate this game as one that's going to bring us back down to earth. It should bring us back down to earth because we're in some level of outer space that we don't need to be. We aren't there yet. I'm sorry, guys. We aren't. I'd love it if we were, but we aren't. We're still a few pieces away. I don't want it to make us go all Ali on this and start saying we're losing the next 9 games in a row, because I think we win the week after that, but that's for another video. I think that we're going to lose this game, and I don't think it should make us. It depends on what your expectations were for the season. Then you should.
I'm not saying just with us. I'm saying with media. Do you think this makes media change on who they think we are? Because right now everybody has us losing, obviously.
I mean, everybody has us losing, as they probably should. I don't think it changes too much. If we go out there and get absolutely just beat up, man, then yeah, it changes the way everybody looks at us. But if we hold on to it like I said we would, and we stay in that game the whole time, then I don't think it changes too much.
Okay. Kevin, we'll go with you next. You had 21-13 going into the fourth. What's your final?
24-20. Us.
Well, it can't be 24-20.
Well, if we had 21, okay.
So they're going to get a touchdown, and we're going to get a field goal to win.
You're right, exactly. 24-20.
Yep. 24-20 Niners. Anthony.
What is that? I said 21-10 the first time, right?
21-10 going into the fourth.
I think we get one more touchdown off of another Cousins turnover, because at this point, the O-line is beat up from our relentless pass rush. Cousins is just going to look sloppy, and we're just going to get one more touchdown to seal the deal. I think it's going to stick 28-10 Niners. I think we're going to see a blowout game, and I think this is going to be our early statement game.
Look at you, Ant. I see you. Okay.
I just think the Niners aren't here to F around. And don't get me wrong. Let's keep this in mind. When if we do get 5 sacks, or if Mike's crazy enough and right that we get 7 sacks, let's not let this be a misleading game for our pass rush, because when they do go up against a good O-line like the Packers, like even the Chiefs have a middle O-line, the Chargers have a middle O-line. When we go up against better O-lines, that's going to really show us how our pass rush looks for now, or at that point. But for now, again, that's for another video. We're going to demolish this O-line. We are going to put Cousins under a lot of pressure. And I think as a whole, guys, this is going to be a 4-turnover game for us. We're going to see picks, and we're going to see recovered fumbles, and it's going to happen. And it's going to hold the Vikings offense down. And like I said, 28-10. I'm going to stick with that. This is going to be the Cousins fallout game. Everyone's going to regret that guaranteed contract.
Oh, shit. 28-10. Everybody has the Niners winning except for Dillon right now.
And Dillon, I hope you're wrong.
All right. Yeah, no.
I'm wrong too.
I'm sure he hopes he's wrong too.
Yeah. People are already going at me in the live chat, which is fine. Come at me. I really don't care. But one person said specifically, how are you going to call yourself a Niners fan and say we're going to lose? And I think that's one of the
It's called being a realist.
I think honestly one of the stupidest things I've ever read in my life.
It's being a realist.
Did you honestly believe for like the past 3 years that we were going to win every game? And were you just
objective optimism is what I call it.
I'm a realist.
Objective optimism.
I don't think we're going to win this game. Don't get me wrong. I would love it. It would make my life just complete right now if we won that game versus the Vikings. Because everybody has to take us seriously at that point. I don't think we can win it.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it.
Objective optimism.
We've already talked about how we can't win, or how we can win, how we can lose. I said that the Niners were going to have a better first half than they did the second half, but I didn't say in the fourth quarter. So the third quarter, I have the Niners losing 24-17 going into the fourth. I think the Niners come back 31-24, but we score that 31 after the game's tied with a 2-minute drive.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that's possible.
Very possible. Anything's possible as long as you put your mind to it.
Right.
Just do it.
Yeah, get him, Cap.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, look, that's it for the Minnesota Vikings game. But you got to go and check out the description because you have to check out our latest video on our giveaway. What giveaway am I talking about? The Adrian Colbert jersey. Oh, it's right here. Autograph. Nobody has won it yet. I've seen everybody asking in the chat, who's won a jersey? Who won the jersey? If you watch the video and you figure out what you have to do to win, you'll know when it's going to be given away. That jersey will be given away Sunday during the Overreaction show. We will do a randomized pick, probably do it on screen share so that everybody can see it, who the winner is going to be for a randomized winner, but you have to go watch that video. Check it out in the description. Watch it down there. Click on it. Watch what you got to do. And then you'll know what you have to do. Make sure you do it so you get a chance to enter to win. I think there's 130 or so. You know, you got 3,000 subscribers here, guys. One of you are going to win that jersey.
Go Niners.
Dylan, where did he go? I thought he said he had something to say.
There you go.
Take it off mute.
All right, I'm back, guys. I just wanted to say I'm a fair sport here, and I love it when you guys want to come at me. And I really don't. I don't want to be this guy. But here's what I'm gonna do. This just happened right now. I haven't told any of these guys what's about to happen. If the 49ers win this game, it doesn't even have to be close. It could be a blowout or it could be close. One of these two hats, we'll find a way. One fan of this show will get one of these hats. I'll mail it to you. You will have to pay nothing if we win this game. We'll figure out the specifics. Check out the Twitter page. We'll figure that out. But that's the way it is. This I'm trying to bring you guys back to my side. I don't want you to hate me.
Oh, stop it. Don't beg for lovers. Don't beg for lovers, baby. Yo.
That's it. I'm excited to do it. I honestly don't wear these hats, so that's why it's okay with me. We'll let you pick which one you want, and it'll come all the way to you wherever you're at. I'm happy to do it. I just want you guys to know I am the true fan. I don't have any problem with this team. I love this team. But I just don't think we're going to win. And so we'll keep you updated. We'll figure it out. But
Go Hard said, bro, those caps better be brand new.
Sure, yeah, whatever. I think I wore this like twice, maybe 3 times.
Yo.
And it was all just to watch football. So
yeah, guys, make sure if you are going to be at the home opener, you hit us up because I know myself,
please.
Dylan, Anthony, you're going, right? Thumbs up. Kev, are you going? You going to go hang out or anything? Damn, slacker. Anyway, I know 49er Hodge is going to be there with the Faithful Flag Adventures. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check him out on Twitter at 49er Hodge. Check out the Faithful Flag Adventure. Check out Win with 49ers. Check out Chuck McCarver Jr. on YouTube. Check them all out, guys. Rombo Sports. Check them all out. Every single person. All right.
You guys got to find either me or Nick. I'll be sitting in section 132. I'll also be there to tailgate. Just hit me up, man. I want to meet everybody. I'd love to.
We're going to the check out our website, nothingbutniners.com. You'll see where we're going to tailgate, Blue Lot 1. And also there is a Niner meetup Saturday night in San Jose. So we'll definitely, I know I'm definitely going to be there as well. If everybody else is going to come or not, I'm going to get drunk and say what up to all the faithfuls because that's what I'm doing. I'm Ubering or Lyfting or whatever the hell y'all got there. I might even jump on the back of a horse somewhere. It's all right. I don't care.
Hey, just know if I make it to a game, you're going to know I make it to a game. Trust me.
That's right, baby. I'll be in section, I think, 323, Bud Light Patio. Check me and Chuck McCarver out. We're going to be over there.
See McCarver Jr.
Yeah. See McCarver Jr. That's my
Right,
boy.
yeah.
That's my boy. Guys, if you haven't, check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Make sure you check it out because he spits the truth as well. Always a good thing to do. But, guys, you guys got anything else? Anthony?
Go Niners.
Other than go Niners, I think, going to go out on a limb, I think the defense is going to look better than the offense. Offense is going to shine, but the defense is going to be shinier. The defense is going to look good. I think the defense is going to make a statement just as much as the offense.
Nice. Mike?
I agree.
Mike, you got anything else?
You said Mike?
I mean, Dylan?
Okay. I'm like, when Mike's
Right.
back up in here.
I was thinking, like, damn, Mike's not going to be at this game because somebody said something in the chat, and I was thinking, Mike. Dylan?
I just hope y'all are right. I love it.
All right. AKA Kev. Mr.
Hey, man.
Niners on Mine. Tell everybody where they can find your YouTube channel, too, because I know you got a YouTube channel as well.
I'm on YouTube, either Kev Mitchell or Silverado Kev. Instagram, Mr. Niners on Mine. Twitter, 49ers on Mine. I'm everywhere. Like, we everywhere. Come find us. We here, baby. It don't get no better.
All over the place, guys. We are all over the place. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button, subscribe button down there. Check us out on our podcast avenues, iTunes, SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play. We're everywhere, guys. You can check out nothingbutniners.com. Give us a call. Send us an email. If you want to ever pop in on a show, let us know. We'll bring you on because we are all about the faithful, guys. And above all else, man, stay faithful and go Niners. We out.